What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye the Black. Shout out to everyone tuning in. I want to talk about NFL running back Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara is not having the best season right now, and it might be due to some trouble he got into last month. I didn't speak on it at first. I wanted to know more, and finally there have been more details to come out. There's the surveillance video was released of him beating up this guy that Alvin Kamara claimed called one of his lady friends ugly. And because he called one of his lady friends ugly, he decided to beat this guy up, him and a group of guys. Now, he got arrested. I don't know if any of the other ones got arrested, but there was a couple of them beating on this guy. And now, not only is he facing charges, he's also getting sued by this guy. This dude put his career in jeopardy because apparently somebody called one of his lady friend ugly. So he decided to get off that because he was going towards the elevator. So he was on the elevator, and apparently Darnell Greene Jr., the guy that he assaulted and his buddies assaulted, he kept the guy from getting on the elevator. And that was according to Darnell Greene Jr. He kept the guy from getting on the elevator. And I guess the guy called his lady friend ugly. And then he proceeded to punch the guy, beat the guy up. And according to Darnell Greene Jr., Darnell Greene Jr., he bragged about doing it. Once again, we have dumb athlete adventures, okay? So he calls this girl ugly, you decide to flip out. And I know he probably said this about his girlfriend. Because why else would he flip out like this? He flipped out because he went into a simp rage because somebody called his girlfriend ugly. So he decided to put his career at risk because he got in his feelings. I'm pretty sure people yell worse things at you during a football game. Do you hop in the stands and start fighting people? I don't think so. This is all on Alvin Kamara and his entourage, right? You're beating up on this one guy. That makes you look tough. Does that make you look tough, Alvin, to beat up on one guy? Because he said something, you couldn't have said anything back to him. You have to go and beat the guy up. Now, I couldn't even post the guy's face with all the blood and the injuries, man. They messed that guy up. And the crazy thing is that this guy went and hired Tony Busby. Tony is the ambulance chasing lawyer who claimed that he was only defending Deshaun Watson's accusers because he wanted to defend these women, but now he's defending men now. This guy is a total opportunist and an ambulance chaser. But anyway, now he got Tony Busby on his case, and Alvin might be in a lot of trouble. He did get arrested for that. And again, there are certain things as a pro athlete you just can't do. You can't be out here putting your hands on people just because they say something that you don't like. There's a bunch of different ways he could have handled it, and he chose to handle it a different way. And whatever consequences come his way, he deserves them. He deserves it. Now let's get into this article from Sportskeeda. It says Alvin Kamara is known for being one of the more elusive running backs on the field, but it seems he cannot elude a possible legal quandary from last year. The New Orleans Saints star could be heading back to court with the victim of an assault involving the running back seeking a jury trial. According to ESPN Saints reporter Catherine Terrell, attorney Tony Busby of Texas and John Muniz of Louisiana have stated that the alleged victim has filed a lawsuit and is seeking a jury trial. Darnell Greene Jr., the alleged victim of Alvin Kamara's battery case in Las Vegas on the eve of the Pro Bowl, filed a civil suit against Kamara Tuesday in New Orleans Parish Civil District Court. He requests a jury trial. The lawsuit alleged that Greene suffered severe injuries to his neck, back, head, shoulder, knees, and face, including a disfiguring facial fracture to his right orbital bone, blunt force trauma to his head, multiple disc protrusions, and structural tears in his shoulder. They really messed this guy up, man. And again, what was the point of this? You got in your feelings because he called your girlfriend ugly? This dude Alvin Kamara went into a simp rage because somebody called his girlfriend ugly. Because that's who he called ugly. Let's be real. He called his girlfriend ugly. That's why he was triggered to do what he did. And once he got to hitting the guy, that's when the whole group joined in. Dude, you could literally ruin your career. You could lose a lawsuit. You probably could end up spending some time in jail. Because if this guy's really messed up as they're alleging, that's not good, man. That's not good. One decision can alter you. It can. And what's really interesting is that is the NFL going to suspend him for this? See, this is what you would suspend somebody for, not for reposting a DVD, what is it, a DVD or a documentary link on your Twitter. You know, that's not what you should be suspending somebody for. Beating a guy unconscious and injuring him all over his body, that is something that you suspend somebody with. But anyway, that's a side note. So because he called your girlfriend ugly, didn't he? You got in your feelings. I don't know why you would get in your feelings like that, man. This is one dude. This is one dude who is no threat to you at all. And you decide to do this. You obviously thought you get away with it. You didn't think that any consequence would happen in that moment. You were just thinking about defending your girl's honor. But you come out here looking like a bozo. That's why he's not having a good season. One, because, you know, some changes with the coaching staff and the quarterback. But also because he's just probably not in a good headspace. Because he reacted like an emotional female. We know, but as a male. And now he could possibly have ruined a lot, his career over this. Because these could have ramifications. Now, I saw where they posted, they showed New Orleans Saints fans the video. And some of them looked like they were making excuses for him, which shows you how dumb the fan base could be as well. But I guarantee you, if it was a white man, because they showed white fans, yes, I'm using a race card, those fans wouldn't have been so forgiving. I'm telling you that right now. And again, I'm not saying that Alvin should be punished. He's a horrible guy, but he made a decision that could alter another man's life. I don't agree with him and his buddies beating up this one guy because he called your girlfriend ugly. Your girlfriend ain't attractive to a lot of dudes. There are dudes that wouldn't want to date your girlfriend. Big deal. But to put yourself in a position to not only have to deal with this lawsuit that you're probably going to lose, but also this criminal case is probably contributing to why he has not gotten off to the best start this season also. He's a talented player. He is. But he's a talented player that made a horrible mistake. Now, I don't know if he was drinking. I don't know if he was just angry about something else. But to beat this guy the way that he did was horrible. Absolutely horrible. And there's no reason to justify this. He is asking for more than $10 million, $5 million in actual damages for pecuniary losses, pain and suffering, disfigurement, mental anguish, medical expenses, and $5 million in exemplary damages. Alvin Kamara and 3 others are accused of assaulting Darnell Greene in February. The incident took place outside Las Vegas nightclub Jaye's after dark at the Cromwell Hotel and Casino during the Pro Bowl weekend. Greene stated that he exited the club at about 6:30 a.m. on February 5th and joined a line at the elevator that included Alvin Kamara, Kansas City Chiefs defensive back Chris Lamons, and others. That's when he was allegedly badly assaulted. Kamara was interrogated and arrested after the Pro Bowl, while Lamons surrendered to police on arrest warrant per an incident report filed by the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police. Speaking of dumb, Chris Lamons as well. He was in this to another guy who doesn't have exactly the most solid NFL career right now. Another dummy that could, affect his career. It just, you got dumb dudes trying to look tough in front of women, and it backfired. And I also think that maybe he should be included in a lawsuit as well. Just a lot of dumb decision making, man, from these grown ass men that can't even go to a hotel casino without getting into some drama. The Saints running back hit Greene around 8 times. 3 of those blows came from Greene on the ground. Witness testimony and surveillance video acquired by police showed the fight started when the 2017 AP Offensive Rookie of the Year and 3 others were making their way to the elevator. He allegedly put his hand on Greene's chest, stopping him from getting on the elevator. Once again, Alvin Kamara is the instigator. Why wouldn't you let this dude on the elevator? That's not your hotel, bruh. I told y'all, Alvin Kamara is one of these dumb athletes that do dumb things that get themselves in trouble. That's not your elevator. You don't run that hotel. Greene pushed Kamara's hand off, and according to the report, Greene asserts that he was pushed back from the elevator and the first punch was thrown after that. Based on surveillance video obtained by police, Kamara was not the first individual to swing, but he supposedly joined in and struck Greene several times. The victim in his interview with police remembered being punched and kicked by several people prior to falling down. According to the footage, the Saints star kept punching Greene while he was on the ground. The 3 other suspects joined in and began stomping his face, chest, and legs. These are football players, by the way. These are guys who work in the weight room constantly. Imagine having big, strong football players punching and kicking you. While it doesn't look as though Kamara will get any disciplinary from the, of course not, because you can go and beat up a black dude. It don't matter. You just better not put your hands on your girlfriend. You better not retweet no DVD about, Hebrews. You better not do that. But you can beat a black man within an inch of his life. You could do that, and we ain't gonna discipline you at all. That could change if the case heads to trial. This is absolutely ridiculous. I think Alvin Kamara deserves everything he gets. Him and Chris Lamons, the journeyman corner from South Carolina, out of the University of South Carolina, but now with the Kansas City Chiefs. This guy he deserves, again, everything that happens to him. You went into a simp rage because somebody said something about one of your lady friends, okay? So you go into a simp rage. You and your buddies beat this man unconscious. And you go and you tell the police it's because he called your lady friend ugly. Black men are some of the dumbest people on planet Earth. I'm telling you, man. Black males like Alvin Kamara and Chris Lamons are the reason why black men can't get themselves going in our society. They are emotional like women. They're emotional like women. There was absolutely no reason for this. Absolutely no reason at all for this. And you deserve everything that happens to you at this point, right? So let me stay in the comment section with your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll see y'all on the next one.